Ladies and gentlemen, now Global have absolutely no chill. They have announced that next Tuesday we're going to be getting the King of Fighters Collaboration. And also, on top of that, they have teased the Green Halloween Gowther that has just released on JP. They say, on a final note, we have a small gift prepared as a form of gratitude. That is the anvils. And also, be ready for a special surprise guest in a forthcoming update. We wish you all the best. So, if they add this Gowther onto the KOF banner, it's going to be the biggest W of the entire year. However, knowing Netmarble and how they've handled Global so far, I think they're probably going to do a separate banner a week later, and if it's the same as it was on JP for the green Gowther, it was 600 gems to guarantee that you get him, and he was on a 0.35% drop rate. So yeah, if they want a massive win, man, if they give that character away for free or put him on the KOF banner, that would be really, really good. However, if they do a separate banner kind of a week into this collaboration, it is going to suck so bad because that Gowther is really, really good. The KOF units as well, 3 out of 4 of them are really, really good characters. And also very shortly after that, we're very close to the point in time in terms of the character release cycle as well, where Goddess Liz is right around the corner. The way that it went on JP, at least to the best of my knowledge and memory, is you had Shin, and we've just had Shin, and then they had the Matrona banner, loads of free tickets on that one, and then a little bit after that was the Goddess Liz and also Return of Lost Fane banner. So a lot of people are approaching this collaboration very cautiously, because the units are very good, but Goddess Liz is better. So you want to make sure you're in a position where you have the 900 gems throughout the duration of the Goddess Liz banner, and again, it could be like 2-3 weeks from now, it could be 4 to 6 weeks from now. We're not really too sure exactly when that banner is going to drop, but Goddess Liz is such a meta-dominating unit moving forward that she's a character that you do want to summon on. And as well, that banner was like a super special one on the Japanese version that had like all of the top meta units in, man. It was a really, really spicy banner. So yeah, I'm curious to see how they're going to go for that one. However, the good news is with the KOF banner, the collaboration overall, I would say is probably like the best of all of the collaborations that we've had so far, because it was very generous in terms of the amount of tickets that it gave. It gave like a nice stack of cosmetics for the characters as well, and there was just a lot of rewards via like Athena's Warehouse, and also the arcade mode of gameplay, and Final Boss Omega as well. So the collaboration, I actually really enjoyed it when it was initially announced. I was like, King of Fighters collab, like who really cares about that? I was a little bit pessimistic toward it, but I really enjoyed the collaboration itself. I thought it was very well done, and it was nowhere near as grindy as the Attack on Titan one with the Colossal Titan farming and all that, which getting, additional players, very much like the Perin Peru one, was very, very annoying as well. However, again, the big headline for the KOF collab is if they give the same amount of tickets as they did on JP, then it's going to be 5 free multis. So that's the equivalent to 150 free gems worth of summons. And also, if they do the banner in a similar structure as well, 600 is going to be guaranteed, pick one of the 4 characters. So it means that if you are summoning on this banner and you do want one of the units guaranteed, you're probably in 600 gems going to get like a few of them anyway, but it means you only need to spend 450 gems as a free-to-play player in order to guarantee that value. So yeah, I'll probably be summoning on this banner on my free-to-play account, but it really depends how they structure the event. Again, it could be hopefully more multis than the Japanese version. I think there's a small chance of that happening though, because it was quite generous on the JP one, but hopefully it's at least like 150 free gems worth of summons, plus also the gems that you got via doing the events as well, because there's a collab world quest. You go through this, you get a few additional rewards. This quest was actually a really well done, really fun time. So yeah, I thoroughly enjoyed this one. I thought the AOT world quest was really well done as well. So yeah, you do this quest and then you unlock Final Boss Omega. So with a collaboration, there are 4 new characters. So you got Kyo. Kyo's really good on the Japanese version because there's like a very sticky debuff meta with characters like Easton and also Festival King. However, I think on global he's not going to be as good because there's a lot more mono red, a lot more debuff immunity, and also a lot more King with just the ability to cleanse off the ignites as well. And on top of that, Zeldris, Red Zeldris and Commandment teams of Lost Vein Meliodas are quite popular at the moment. So I think there are a lot of ways to deal with Kyo at the moment, at least until Eastern and Blue Festival King come out. But I still think he's going to be a high pressure character that's going to perform quite well in PvP, even without Eastern and King. I think Mai's actually going to be a fair bit better on the global version than JP, at least until the release of Goddess Liz, because Goddess Liz really slows this character down, and also the, cheat def as well is really, really annoying. But Mai has like an amplified cleave card, also a single target drain. She's a blue character for Lost Vein Meliodas as well, bit of bonus damage there. But I'm interested to see Mai on global. I think she's going to do better than she does currently on the Japanese version. Athena for single target burst teams actually might be a bit more viable than on the Japanese version currently, just due to the fact that you don't have Goddess Liz's shield and her revive to contend with. So yeah, this actually might be good for various like Zeldris teams and single target teams. So I'm curious to see how Athena does on global. But I think the big boy out of this collaboration, if you get to 600 gems and you don't have this character, Omega I think is going to be the best of all of them. And I think, my personal opinion with Pierce gear, Omega is the best on JP. His Pierce damage is absolutely nuts, man. He's kind of like arguably a better version of Blue Demon Meliodas in some scenarios, because he's a really, really good passive ability, which allows him, when he takes a hit that brings him below 50% health, he removes all debuffs, fully heals up the character, and increases all of his stats by 15%. And this applies to every single substat as well, so it makes him like massively tanky, gets loads of lifesteal, even more damage output. But the really good thing about Omega, especially for the current meta as well, is that he like never crits, and Lost Vein Meliodas is everywhere, and it's very important for a character that's going up against Lost Vein Meliodas to have so much damage output and ideally not crit as well. And yeah, Omega's just absolutely fantastic for that. So yeah, I think the combination of Omega and Blue Team Meliodas is really going to bring Pierce back, because he's just a much, much better version of Hauser, at least in my opinion. So I know like on JP, if I'm not running Red King in the back, if I run into this team, man, I'm in trouble with like pretty much every comp that I run on JP. So yeah, Pierce is mad with these two. So Omega, like if you have to pick one of the characters, if you get super unlucky, I would personally go for Omega, but Kyo's really good as well. Mai is probably the third choice, and Athena is probably the last choice there. But hopefully in your free summons you can get a free copy of Omega, so that's going to be a really good time. Also, you get the arcade mode of gameplay, so there's lots of bonus additional rewards here. I think there's some gems, some SSR pendants. There were like Super Awakening coins as well, and this is something that has been a bit discussed today, because in the screenshots that they've shown for this event, now granted this is probably based off like a JP server model, as you can see down here, all of the King of Fighters Collaboration characters are Super Awakened, but I strongly believe for this update they're probably not going to release Super Awakening, just due to the fact it wasn't released on the Japanese version till the release of Droll, Final Boss Twiggo, and also Tower of Challenge. So yeah, I think it'd be a bit too early for Super Awakening. However, if we could like collect the coins via this event to be ready for Super Awakening, I think that would be a very nice bonus to the event. But yeah, I'm curious to see what they do, and also what they substitute the Super Awakening rewards with. I really hope this collaboration is going to be very, very spicy for global. But again, this tournament was a very fun time. Also allowed you to get bonus cosmetics for all of the collaboration characters. So yeah, and then we've got Final Boss Omega, so gems and all sorts of stuff via the milestone. There's additional tickets, I believe, via, the milestone and score rewards. So yeah, Final Boss Omega was a really good time, very straightforward, very easy boss. The team that I used on the Japanese version that was really good was like Red Gowther, Red Demon Meliodas, Zeldris as well. Could probably replace Zeldris with like, Red Hellbrum, and also Twiggo on the sub. So yeah, we're going to be going over a few ways to deal with Final Boss Omega and get like max points when he does release. But there's also the thing of, I believe the highest scoring option for this boss ended up being Gloxinia. So that means like there's a chance that maybe a week into this collaboration, because Netmarble love milking it, we could finally get the Glox banner. So yeah, I'm not too sure if they're gonna do that or not, but I kind of hope that on the KOF banner they add in Gowther, because it seems a little bit weird as well adding him like after Halloween. So if they added him in the collaboration banner and then did the Glox banner a week after, that'd be really, really good, because again, Glox eventually being a commandment, he comes to the Part 2 SSR tickets and also the coin shop as well, so it becomes much more widely available, and they can just, you know, milk the whales for super tryhard scores on this one. But yeah, like Red Dean Meliodas Man are really, really good for this final boss, just puts in all the work you need him to. So yeah, loads of free tickets, a special Hawk Pass as well, Athena's Gift, which is the what is it, like warehouse event that gave you tons of bonus rewards there. So yeah, hopefully there's going to be a lot of stuff. They also teased the Season 3 Knighthood boss. So this is Akuma, who was on JP for a while. I actually quite like this Knighthood boss. He's probably like my second favorite one. The one that we have currently, Enoch, is my favorite one just because he's really, really easy. However, this one is pretty straightforward as well. You can either use Pierce teams or like Blue Diane, the one you get from the story, and just rush the ultimate there. So yeah, really isn't a bad time. However, for max score on this one, you do need what is it, Matrona and Goddess Liz, and I know there is like a latte Derriere strat when it comes to the medium difficulty for max points, but using this setup for pretty much all of the difficulties, I could score over 8,000 points on the Knighthood boss. And they also do mention as well, and this is really good news for all the bosses moving forward, they're going to be expanding the rewards you can receive, so they're increasing the milestones even further, so Knighthood boss is going to be even more rewarding on a weekly basis, which is really, really good. On top of that, they're also buffing the account combat class health buff to 3 million. So it's good that, like, at this point on JP, they are at 4 million. So it's good that we're only going up to 3 million on this one, man. So it's going to additional 9% health if you have 3 million account combat class. So again, it's very important to build health sets and just have them on like all of the characters in your box in order to maximize CC there. So if you're not already doing that, make sure that you do that, because again, 9% health bonus is very, very big in all sorts of stuff. And their final paragraph says, and that's all we can share for today. Our hope is that you'll be satisfied by the new collaboration events alongside the new Knighthood boss battle that we are working hard on developing. I mean, they're not developing it, they're just taking it from JP. We would also like to remind you that we, the dev team, continuously look through and read your opinions on our forum and official social media channels. Reading through everything from the inception of the game to now, we've reflected on what we've done and considering what we could do going forward. Although our game is lacking in some regards, I didn't think they'd like, you know, put in a line like that, man. I mean, it definitely is. I'm glad that they're aware of it though. Once again, we would like to thank you and greatly appreciate the love and support you have given us throughout this journey. Your opinions and feedback are heard, and we do consider them for the future direction of the game. As always, we will try our best to implement features and also improvements in future updates to make the game more enjoyable. On a final note, we have a small gift prepared as a form of gratitude, and also be ready for a special surprise guest in a forthcoming update. So yeah, I assume, just judging by the fact that they say be ready for a special surprise guest, and then show the green Halloween Gowther, that he is going to be coming. I'm not too sure with a KOF one or in a future banner, but again, I think for like, you know, myself, even the most conservative free-to-play players that are just playing it right and not summoning on all these trash banners, like, that is going to be way too much, man. You know, they can't add him in on a separate banner and require you, like, 600 gems to get him. I think they need to either give the free Gowther or add him into the KOF banner. I think either of those solutions would be really, really good. But yeah, I'm curious to see what they do moving forward. Overall, I am excited for this, collaboration on global, I think getting all these characters a little bit earlier in the PvP meta is going to be very fun to play around with. And even on my free-to-play account, I am going to be summoning on this collaboration, but again, I'm going to be trying to get the 5 free multis and then going for 450 gems of summons, because I've currently got about, 1,200 gems. Again, I haven't summoned on anything on my free-to-play account in about almost 3 months now, man. I didn't summon on Lost Vein, so I've just been saving up all the gems I can possibly get. So yeah, I'm kind of in this position, very fortunate on the free-to-play, where I can summon both on the KOF banner and also the Goddess Eliz banner when it comes. But if there's also a Green Gowther Banner in the middle, there is absolutely no way I'm going to have the gems to summon on that. And at the end of the day, he's just like a slightly better version of Red Gowther, but it would be so nice and such a massive win, I think, for the community and also global, if they either gave him away for free or just included him on the KOF banner. So yeah, I really hope they do one of those two things. Like Netmarble, they have a good opportunity right here to prove that they, you know, want to help global players catch up. They want to give them a bit of a boost up here. So yeah, I'm curious to see what they're going to go for. But anyway, ladies and gentlemen, let me know your thoughts on the KOF banner and collaboration in the comments section below. Are you going to be summoning on this collaboration? Let me know. But aside from that, thank you very much for watching today's breakdown. If you did enjoy it, please do smash that like button. That'd be greatly appreciated. Take care, and I hope that you have an absolutely fantastic day.